Days are long, hours pass when you're not by my side. Feeling lonely, can go through with one more sleepless night. The time has come to let you know just how I feel. Now they don't know you like I do, so here is what we're gonna do, yeah. So many times I stop to think and wonder why. And in my dreams, you come in when I sleep at night. I can feel you, baby, and with everything you do, you are getting closer. Won't you come on through? Ooh, yeah. When I get my hands on you, it's gonna be good, yeah. I can slowly feel I'm coming home, 'cause I need you. Breathe you, free you, see you tonight. I know that we are not supposed to be. I know that we are not exactly free, but since we're living, only got one life to live. Let me stop and start by giving you exactly what.
Welcome. Thank you for having us here in your beautiful home, and thank you for the interview. Yes, I will tell you something about United Queens magazine as well.
Please.
We have a magazine online, and we focus especially on Black women. We want to unite. That's why it's called United Queens magazine. We talk about a lot of the issues that are going on with the sisters, also in relation to the brothers. We talk about hair, fashion, music, love, everything. And because of your presence and the way you carry yourself, we really wanted to interview you, so thank you for this opportunity.
Well, thank you for having me. It's, for me, that's a very big compliment, because I try to carry myself always in a particular way that other people can be inspired, or that I know I'm not offending anybody, and try to carry myself as a queen always. So thank you very much. And I actually saw some of your magazine, read some of it. Very spicy stuff also. So I hope you're going to spare me with that. Looking forward to all the serious questions.
Yes, thank you. I'll give it
Who's
to
going to
you.
start?
Shall we begin then? How did you come up with the name Tasha's World?
Well, I started actually at a very young age. I was about 7 or 8 when I performed for the first time, and I was always called Tasha. It's, in the Surinamese culture, I'm sure you know, everybody shortens your name. My name is Natasha, and nobody called me Natasha ever. So my mom, when she was trying to tell me to behave in a certain way, it was always Tasha, Tasha, Tasha. So I became Tasha. And when I started performing professionally, I was, I think, about 14, 13. And there was another Tasha already. So I was always in conflict with that Tasha from America. Of course, I didn't have a big problem with her because I wasn't well known or anything. But I started to think about my name and what I wanted to portray. Then I got into a couple of girl groups with insignificant names. But when I decided I was going to be Tasha's World, was, I think, when I was 27. For me, that was a very serious age. I finally thought I found myself as a woman, as a person, So I decided there was more to me than just Tasha. And I wanted to have everybody that's involved in my life, in my world. So I was a solo artist with a whole world of ancestors and people guiding me and helping me. So that's why I came up with the name Tasha's World.
Okay, beautiful. And how does Tasha's World look like?
Well, very chaotic. At times, well, I'm a woman,
Yes.
We try to balance. I'm an Aquarian, which gives me a lot of balance, I think.
Yes.
But I try to be everything, which is sometimes very hard, and I'm very hard on myself. I don't accept any, how do you say that, any failure, personal failure. I try to, every night before I go to sleep, I try to contemplate and think about what have I done wrong, what do I need to do, how can I better myself. I'm very, that's my biggest fear, I think, standing still.
Yes.
Always forward, always, looking forward, going into a positive way. So that's, I think, what Tasha's World looks like. It's a lot of love in there.
Yes.
My music is influenced by love, always. And you've got the right kind of love, you've got the wrong kind of love, toxic love, all kinds of love. So that's like you can write forever about love.
Okay, that's right.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And what inspires you?
Well, relationships. Relationships that are, with actually your partner, your previous partners in life. Also, people that are very close to you that are out of reach. Also, other people's relationships are very inspiring. I think I wrote a couple of songs that, like my aunts and friends that always look at me like, is that song about me? Could be.
Yes, that's it.
That's it. So any interesting things that I come across, I try to write about. I write a lot about my dreams, also about things that I've seen in my dreams. And for me, it comes. Most of my songs come from a world of pain. Actually, they're always positive, but there's always the bittersweet element of losing in it. So I think that's always what motivates me.
And why do you also sing about pain?
Because I think when I'm happy, I don't really sing too much. Well, I don't write, I don't create. When I'm extremely happy, I don't create at all. Then I just want to hum and sing other people's songs and be happy. And to sing about happiness is, the people that inspired me are people that used to sing about their pain, like the jazz legends like Billie Holiday and Donny Hathaway, people like that, who were actually in a lot of pain. And to sing a song and to actually talk about your pain and actually sing it so that other people can feel it, I think is a very important art form, So I wanted to get better at that. Luckily, I've been through some things that actually have made it easy for me to talk about that. But such is life. So I talk about life.
Okay. Let's talk about the music industry. What kind of developments did you see over the years, and how did you experience this?
Well, when I started, it was like people were getting big deals, big record deals, like 2.5 million, 2.5. It was like those numbers. Very, very easy. The record industry was controlling everything. So you would get signed as an artist, and they would actually develop you. You would have an A&R agent who told you what style you needed to sing and everything like that. I come from hip hop. That's actually the soul music also that I grew up with. So I used to sing a lot of hip hop. I still write over hip hop beats. So in hip hop it was very different. It was very militant, very rebellious. So you always wanted to do things different. And when I was growing up, a lot of my friends were making hip hop music, and we would do everything ourselves. So I wasn't depending on a label, never. And when it was time for me to record an album, I decided to partner up with somebody who actually agreed with me. Labels are very good if you know who you are and if they accept you fully for who you are. But other than that, they actually can be very, very controlling. And nowadays it's so different. It's the labels actually, unless you're a big artist who's going to make lots of money for them, they actually want a complete package. They want everything. The packaging has to be ready. The songs has to be mastered. You give it to them, they sell it for you, and you get a little percentage. And that's basically what it is. And that's why I'm an independent artist.
They do a lot less work than they used to.
They don't do anything basically, but they do your marketing. They do your marketing.
Okay.
And that's basically all they do, right? So not to say that if I got a big offer from a big record company, I wouldn't take it. Of course not. But it would have been, certain. I would set certain standards. And it's very hard for me to, as an artist, to conform. I'm a big woman. I'm a grown woman. So for them to tell me, dress like Rihanna, it's not going to happen. So they would have a lot of problems with me, and that's why they don't sign me.
Okay, well, I also hear you have a distinct sound in your music. So who are your main influences? You already named a few.
Yeah, well, Billie Holiday is I think the way she sings is the very jazzy style. I think she influenced me a lot. But people like Earth, Wind and Fire, but also like my own Kabina music influenced me a lot. But also like Barbra Streisand, artists like that who actually sing a song. because nowadays it's a lot of show and a lot of showcasing your voice and your vocal abilities, and sometimes I just like to hear a story. And I'm basically a storyteller, so I sing, but I tell you my story, and I make it nice, I make it sweet, but it's still the story. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
And also in your style, your clothing style, you have a distinct way of clothing, and we don't usually see that anymore on TV. So our question was, do you think your style influences the success of your career, and if so, in what way?
Well, it helped me at one point, but it also worked against me a lot, because they actually, when I was trying to sell my first music in 1999, I think, it was like they used to always call me too militant, too black, too strong, too dominating. They would tell me, we like the image, but we actually like it to be an image and not to be you. And there's a lot of artists, of course we're not going to name any names, but there's a lot of artists who actually portray themselves as like an African queen, goddess, mother, whatever. I'm human. I never portray myself as anything. I bring what I bring. If I feel like this today, I feel like this today. But I will never, you will never see me on stage with a thong or something like that. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I think it's very important to have a balance. The balance is completely off in music at this moment. There's a lot of negative, a lot of sex, and sexuality is a great thing. And I think I can be very sexy at sometimes when I look in the mirror. I think, wow, today's my good day. But I like to express it in a different way. I don't necessarily think I should, take off all my clothes. And so I try to bring balance in it. So at one point it helped me, because people said, "Oh, that's a girl with the hat on." I used to always wear a hat, a crochet hat. And I have I think 200 and something hats.
Wow. That's a lot.
Upstairs. I don't wear them too much anymore.
You just look at them.
I wear them when it's cold, but I decided after going away, coming back, I thought, it's not for me anymore. It's just, I used to wear hat wraps, and then Erica Badu came up also with the hat wraps, and it was like, Badu. So then I said, no more hat wraps, because for me I was wearing them already,
Because it's
being
also
African.
Right now it's called the Erica Badu head wrap.
See, there you go. That's why
So
I
it
tried.
should actually be the Natasha.
No, it should just be a African. It should be a hat wrap.
Yeah, exactly.
Point blank. She doesn't wear them anymore.
No, she doesn't have the hair anymore.
I gave it up. I gave it up. So I wear it, when I feel like it.
And what are your most important values in work and in life?
Wow, that's very hard. I think I'm very honest to myself about my music. I can look at myself also as a product. I don't always look at myself. I'm not sensitive about my music or about myself as an artist. Because now at the moment I don't have a manager. I do everything myself. Of course I have people helping me, but I have meetings where people talk about the product Tasha's World. Which can be very painful if you're not used to it. Before, when I used to have a manager, he used to shield me away from all the things when they would say, Tasha's World, we don't like it when she does this, and I would be hurt when somebody give me a bad review. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Can I call this person up? Can I talk to him? I always try to apologize. Now that I'm my own manager, I can look at myself and I can say, cut the crap. Let's talk about what's up. Why is this not working? Why is that not working? And I can look at myself from a completely different light. So that is, I think, one of the values that I bring to the table. I've grown as a woman, as a person, but also as a businesswoman. I've grown a lot. But are you talking about personal things like am I sweet? Am I nice? I have no idea. What do you want to hear?
Well, I just think we all have our values, and I think this is important in life, to have this or to do this a certain way.
For me, honesty is for me. I think the most important thing. Honest to myself.
Yeah. Yes.
I think honesty to others is overrated. you try to be as honest as possible, but if you can't look at yourself in the mirror, you're gonna fool. So for me, honesty is, I think, the most important thing. I try to be credible, like the way you see me now, I can talk to you now, then in a minute we go on the stage and I'll be the same, and then I come off, I'll be the same. I don't turn something on and something comes over me, you know, and I go.
You don't have the alter ego.
No, I'm trying to find one though. I might, you know, I might want to do something special. Yeah. You know, I have no idea. No. I'm me always. That's who I try to be always. You know.
I think it's very beautiful that you also said be honest to yourself, because I think that's where it starts.
Definitely, I think it's a lot of work if you have to play in something. And I've seen a lot of artists who started out doing something and then over the course of, you know, their career they changed, and everybody was like, what's wrong with this? Oh my God, you killed us, and you know, we believed in you and we wanted to be like you, and then you turned out to be something completely different. So
but that's an image.
But it's a lot of work, you know. It's a lot of work. The image is okay, you know. I'm myself, you know. They would always say that I'm ghetto in a certain way, but they would describe as being ghetto. I have no idea what that means, you know. I come from Capella aan de IJssel, which is like a little
That's
village.
really ghetto.
The most right now is we're throwing all kinds of dance signs out there. No, but seriously, you know, I come from hip hop culture, which is, you know, you don't look at anybody that hard. You know, you would not bump into somebody without saying sorry. So at first when I started, I thought it was difficult when people would look at me in the street. And I would look like, what are you looking at? And then they would, Tasha, what the hell? Oh yeah. So that wasn't acting, but I had to get used to a certain way of living. But other than that, I'm always myself. What I feel, I say. Sometimes I'm a bit inappropriate, they say, you know, because I talk about everything very openly, and some things you should keep to yourself. But other people sometimes take advantage of it and step on it. But you know, for me, it's the only way to live in life is to be open.
Yeah.
Good comes your way and bad comes your way, and you bounce off the bad and you take in the good.
And how do you balance that? Because I recognize what you say about being open and people taking advantage of it. So how do you protect yourself from that?
No idea.
Is it possible to do?
It is, I'm sure. I you know, before I go on the stage, definitely I protect myself. I try to put my energy first always, because you know, before I didn't do it, and I was coming off the stage tired and drained and really like, you know, like completely worn out and from all the good energy, but also the negative energy. So I decided to really, at sound check, I get on the stage and that's my stage, and I own it, and I put my energy there first, and I call on my people to come guide me, because that's basically what you need to do. I don't do anything special. You know, when we pray, when we don't pray, we call on the universe. When, you know, it's not, I don't try and do something or take something with me that I can lose. You know, I am me. So if I always carry something with me that I need to be on the stage, and I forget it, what will I do? You know what I mean? I don't believe in, you know, stuff like that. So what I need is inside me, and I put it there always first.
That's great.
I try to. But about protecting yourself, about, you know, in the life, I haven't learned that yet. When you find out, let me know.
Okay, I will keep in touch.
Please do. Let me know when you find that out. Yeah, please do. So what's the next question?
Do you have any advice for younger artists?
It's it might sound weird, because if I had to give any advice for artists, is always keep people that are honest with you, keep them really close, and don't get into the music industry because you want to get famous and because you think you're gonna make a lot of money, because you're in the wrong country for first. I think that's, you know, your artistry is the most important thing. Try and put it forward, even though it's a job. Try to keep that in mind first.
Yes.
Because you're going to get a lot of disappointments, and try and develop very thick skin. I wouldn't advise any idols or the Voice of Holland or something until you know what you want to do.
So how are things with Flip the Script?
Wow, that's a long time. Cooley, man, I think Cooley, we spoke about a couple of weeks ago on Facebook. You know, I have no idea. We all got, you know, we're a bit older now. I actually joined Flip the Script because Doreen was pregnant.
Yeah.
And Doreen is a good friend of mine. So I stepped in for her and I had a great time. It was absolutely amazing. It was like instant fame, you know. People didn't care who was singing anything. So it was like, oh, it's a black girl. Oh, yeah, black girl. So we would get to Hungary and stuff like that, and then we had crazy, idiotic fans screaming.
Yes.
And we would be on the stage with big artists, and it was, I never try to get famous, so I had a good time. I don't really miss it. I miss making the music, because now I do what I really want to do, even though I like the music a lot. But that music is for a certain age group, and for me, I think I wouldn't be jumping on the stage like that anytime soon.
So no reunion or anything?
Wow, might do that. We could do that for the... I would love that, for just a week. For just a week, yeah.
So, what can we expect from you this year?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
What's a lot? Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of collaborations that I've done that are coming out this year. I've done something, I've pushed myself to completely different sides and decided that I was going to do some things that I've never done. I've done a couple of songs with an Italian producer. His name is Nicola Conte, and he's quite big.
Yeah, I think
he's quite well known, and he's actually I've written a song with him that's going to be out in a couple of weeks on his album, and on the album is also going to be Gregory Porter and Jose James. So for me, that's a really big thing to be on, you know, on such a big album. Plus the song is for me, I've pushed myself. That was a hard time singing that song. Getting to a certain place in myself, but I'm very proud of it. So I'm also going to be performing with him a lot in you know, this year, the end of in April actually, and I'm also going to go to Africa again.
Oh, that's nice. And where from Africa?
South Africa, Cape Town. Yeah, that's for me. I'm telling you, I'm already there. It's already there. I did it the same festival. It's called Cape Town Jazz Festival. I did it 10 years ago. Like exactly 10 years ago, and the year that I did it, Cape Town was South Africa had been free for 10 years, so it was a big celebration with Miriam Makeba and everybody that was actually South African, all the South African artists that were, you know, abolished from the country, you know, they came back. So it was we came out the plane crying, we went back in the plane crying, and I've always stayed in contact with them. And they asked me back this year, so I tell you something, I'm looking forward to that. I dream of it every day. Every day. So I'm performing there in March, and it's going to be 10 years since I've been there, and it's going to be, Erica Madu is also performing there, so
your sister.
Well, they're all my sisters and my brothers, aren't they? You know, she's not particularly more my brother than my sister.
Yes.
But I definitely am going to give everybody a run for their money. First of all, we take no prisoners. I'm going to also be working with a very well-known fashion designer. His name is David Klade, and he's from Johannesburg. And that's, for me, very, you know, he's going to dress me, which is going to be great. So I'm going to look very good from head to toe all day long. And I'm playing with a band combined from American musicians and Dutch. So it's going to be very exciting. And I'm bringing my oldest daughter, who's also doing my backing vocals.
Oh, very nice.
She's coming there. When I went there, she was really a baby, and now she gets to see it for herself.
Yes.
So that for me is the
She
biggest
gets the
thing.
full experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
She also goes on stage.
Yeah, she goes on stage. Yeah. So that's really nice. Also, I'm doing some dance music this year.
That's new.
For me, it's very old.
Yeah.
Because I started out, my first recordings were dance, but I enjoy it. It's soulful house. It's not like hardcore.
It's not the white people boom boom.
You know, the house is black, right?
Yeah, but that's why I said the white kind of, because that's only
what you
the
hear.
bass and the doom.
No, there's a lot of soul in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of soul in it. Yeah, that's with a DJ, a British DJ who lives in Dubai, so that's a completely different side.
Okay.
And in the summer, I'm re-releasing my album Black Gold.
Oh,
We're adding a couple of new songs on it and doing a couple of new productions on it, some remixes on it, and I'm very, very excited about that. We're doing some videos in a couple of weeks. So I think the limit is the sky. Sky's the limit. Yeah, and a new album at the end of the year also.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we've got time, so let's just do it.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful, great. Okay, so we've come to the end of the English part.
okay.
We have two
That
more
wasn't hard.
questions. We have just two more questions.
Okay.
For the sisters especially. So, what are your views on how black women treat each other nowadays?
It's very hard because the thing is, as a woman, it's hard already. And as a black woman, my daddy always just told me you have to double the struggle, you know. But it's also very hard because we're supposed to always embrace each other and be nice to each other, which is sometimes very, very forced. You know, we all came on the slave ships from different tribes. We don't understand each other. We don't even understand ourselves sometimes. So we're dealing with a lot of post-traumatic slave syndrome still. I think I always smile. That's for me. I always smile. I always go open into a relationship, and with any sister or brother or human being I encounter with, especially my people. So I try to smile at first. If they give me, you know, I can't force them to smile back, but at least I've given them something.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think, definitely we should be a bit more friendly to each other, towards each other, and I think take each other's advice. But women, as a general, I might get, you know, people might hate me for saying this, but women are not the nicest people to each other. Men have these honor codes and stuff like that, but women actually, sometimes it's just very far.
It's complicated.
It's very complicated. Our relationships with each other and ourselves are very complicated. I try to change it. I have a lot of masculinity in me. They always say I have a lot of male friends also. So I try to be different. And you know, I make mistakes, but I always try to empower and embrace my sisters, even though sometimes they beat me down. You know, I feel it too. But that's life. Yeah, and I believe also in, you know, what you reap what you sow.
That's right.
So I always try to give positive, and I think that's something we sisters should, you know, as sisters, we are definitely sisters. So we should try to, you know, build each other up instead of tearing each other down.
How do you think we can do that? How do you think we can get closer to each other as sisters? Because it's exactly like you just said, you give a smile and they don't always smile back. They even sometimes think that you're smiling, but you're also thinking something mean, and that's why you're smiling. Or, you know, we always want to know what's
think
behind
a little
the
bit
smile.
too much.
Yes,
also.
exactly.
I think we have to go back to where we came from, and that's with people, you know, with the black hue, we got a black skin, and there's a song by Abby Lincoln, was an American singer. She sings this beautiful song, and it's called Afro Blue, and then she sings "Dream of a Land my soul is from," you know, and that is the first thing. You have to go back into that dream and actually go back into where you come from, to actually understand how life used to be. You know, when I dream of that, I see my sisters combing each other's hair, braiding each other's hair. You know, that's a lot of, you know, personal love and attention. Somebody touching your hair like that, it's very spiritual. Sorry. So for me, that is something we should start with. Lifting each other up, giving each other advice, cooking, laughing, smiling, reading. Raising our kids together.
That's right.
Because I firmly believe in that. If I had the means, I believe in living in a commune with like 50 families and all. You know, if you don't know something, somebody else will know it. If you can't cook today, somebody else will cook. Stuff like that. You know, I definitely believe in that. So I think that's how we also used to live. And we have to go back to that a little bit more, and to understand why we actually, as sisters, should support each other. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Well, we have, it's
So we have a lot of work to do.
We've got a whole lot of work to do.
We're not there.
But we can get there.
Oh, we are. We will one day.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so very much. That was the interview portion. So thank you, Tasha.
You're welcome. I had a great time. It wasn't painful at all.
Okay, we're gonna switch to Dutch.
Oké dan.
Ja, dan gaan we weer in het Nederlands. We hebben nog een spelonderdeel waar wij een aantal dingen roepen.
Ja.
Binnen 3 seconden willen wij dat jij kiest tussen het een of het ander. En graag een uitleg daarover geeft waarom je dan datgene kiest.
Oké.
Ja?
Oké.
Optreden voor een groot of een klein publiek?
Klein. Omdat je dan veel meer sneller contact legt. Je kan iedereen, ik hou ervan om iedereen aan te kijken.
Ja.
En mijn liedjes zijn heel persoonlijk. Dus vooral als je bijvoorbeeld in het buitenland optreedt en je zingt in het Engels en mensen verstaan elk woord en voelen het ook. Dan krijg je gelijk feedback. Je ziet, weet je, we huilen, we lachen met elkaar.
Ja.
En dat heb je met een groot publiek heb je dat wat minder. Dan moet je echt, jij kijkt, jou en jij. Dan moet je echt mensen trekken. Dus een klein publiek vind ik leuk om te doen. Ja.
Oké. Werk of liefde?
Werk. Ik ga het uitleggen.
Ja.
Werk is liefde. Werk is liefde. Het is, voor mij kan ik dit twee niet scheiden.
Ja.
Dus liefde, ik bedoel, als ik geen liefde had, dan kon ik het werk niet doen wat ik nu doe. Omdat zo leuk is het niet altijd. Snap je? De liefde voor het werk is daar, maar liefde drijft mij om het werk te doen. Dus dat heb ik mezelf heel snel uit. Heel snel kon ik het ook niet kiezen.
Oké, bombshell of muurbloem?
Wauw. Toch bombshell, denk ik. Ik ben eigenlijk heel verlegen.
Ja?
In de zin van dat ik bijvoorbeeld, als ik jarig ben, dan vind ik het eigenlijk, ik zeg altijd, ja, ik ga dit jaar ook, ik ga dansen, mijn mensen, 6 kotos, dit, dat, alles. Maar dan denk ik bij mezelf, ja, dat hoeft toch niet al die aandacht. Ik hou eigenlijk niet zo erg van aandacht. Ik ben eigenlijk gewoon gaan zingen omdat ik gewoon iets kwijt moest. Het was voor mij een vorm van therapie. En ik moest gewoon mijn verhaal kwijt. Maar het was niet, ik heb nou niet zoiets van, oh mijn god, ik mis de kick. Toen ik 4 jaar, 5 jaar was gestopt met muziek, met optreden, miste ik nou niet adoratie of zo. Dat mis ik dan niet, zeg maar. Ik heb altijd zelf de meeste lol, denk ik. En dan kijk ik, oh, je vindt het ook leuk. Oké, cool. Dan is het overal doorgekomen. Maar nee, geen muurbloem niet. Nee. Ik maak wel veel lawaai, ik ben klein, ik ben tenger, dus ik moet altijd schreeuwen. Altijd moeten schreeuwen. Dus muurbloem gaan we niet doen.
Nou, solo of in een groep?
Solo. En dan heb je weer meidengroepen, dat is vaak drama. Die is ongesteld, die is moe, die heeft problemen met de man. En dan trekken ze het erbij, die zijn jaloers. Het werkt gewoon, dat werkt niet voor mij. Ik heb daar gewoon geen zin in. Dus solo, maar wel met een band. Ja, wel met een band.
Heel duidelijk. Emotioneel of rationeel?
Wauw. Ik ga je uitleggen waarom ik niet kan kiezen.
Oké.
Omdat ik wel heel emotioneel ben. Maar mijn rationele kant overheerst in mijn dagelijks leven gewoon altijd. Ik kan niet tegen jankers. Dit klinkt heel raar, want ik hou heel erg van huilen. Ik bedoel, als ik me verdrietig voel, dan komt het er gewoon heel snel uit. Ik bedoel, ik kan een sms'je krijgen en dan zeg ik, oh. Weet je, het is heel snel, het zit heel dichtbij. Maar ik bekijk dingen gewoon zo, als ik iets niet kan, ik doe er iets aan of hou je mond. Dat is voor mij gewoon iets heel erg belangrijks. Of je gaat wat aan je situatie veranderen. Anders moet je dit niet over blijven bitchen en klagen. Dus die rationele kant is wel sterker dan die emotionele kant. Ik denk dat ik ze allebei, het een versterkt het ander.
Okay. Nou, thuis op de bank of lekker stappen?
Thuis op de bank. Ja, ik hou heel erg van mijn bed. Het is echt heel erg. De laatste keer dat ik uit ben geweest, is niet zo heel lang geleden. Maar dat was een throwback bobbeling party. Ja mensen, dat is mijn weak spot, is dancehall music. Ik hou ongelooflijk van dancehall. Ik zat vroeger ook in een dancehall groepje. Een dansgroepje, ja. En het is nog footage wat ik zoek om dan te vernietigen.
Ik wou net zeggen.
Dat was nooit lekker.
We hebben niks op internet gezien.
Nee, ga je
Welke groep
nooit
was het?
vinden. Nee, je gaat het echt niet vinden. We hadden niet eens een normale naam gewoon. Je gaat het echt niet vinden.
Nou, maar misschien weten we het wel nog.
Nee, want het is echt zo lang geleden. En
Ik heb een heleboel grote broers en zussen.
Ik zit nu nog zelfs te denken, hoe heten we? En ik weet het niet meer. We zaten met Dorothy Krodes zat erin. Een vriendinnetje van school en een andere Tasha Berga. En we waren eigenlijk een gelegenheidsbobbeling ding. En we zaten in die tijd dat iedereen aan het bettelen was. Ja. Ja, toen, nou ja, als je een grote broertjes zag, Melanie, die danste op haar hoofd en die deden de meest belachelijke, geweldige dingen. Het waren prachtige dingen om te zien. Maar we waren niet significant, zeg maar. We waren gewoon, deden het gewoon echt voor de lol. We hebben een paar keer opgetreden. En ik bedoel, op mijn hoofd dansen, dat heb ik laatst nog een keer geprobeerd. Het is me niet gelukt. Dus ik heb besloten om dat op te geven.
Dus daar komt geen reunie
Nee,
van.
nee, maar ik ben wel toen, er was een DJ Moortje die reunie en ik was echt 7 uur 's ochtends kwam ik thuis. En het was voor mij jaren dat ik zo heb gedanst en ik dacht van ja, nu kom ik gewoon ook niet thuis. Maar voor de rest, ik hou van eigenlijk liefst, zodra ik zie het wordt donker, nou, kunnen we naar bed? Ja, kunnen we. Weet je, een uur of 9, half 10. Dan slaap ik niet, want ik slaap heel laat. Ik slaap pas meestal tegen 4. Maar ik hou gewoon echt van gewoon mijn space, mijn bed, eten, drinken, wijtje, biertje. Gewoon gezellig, mijn ding. Ja, ik hou niet echt van doe veel mensen.
Oké, en als laatste is, heb je eigenlijk al een beetje beantwoord, maar onder een label of zelfstandig muziek uitbrengen?
Controle onder een label. Zelf de controle houden onder een label. Dus een sublabel. Maar wel onder een groot label. Ja, natuurlijk, absoluut. Als zij het geld erachter gooien, als de machine erachter gooien, dan, en je kan zelf je controle houden, graag. Anders independent. Ja.
Nou, dankjewel.
Nou, dankjewel, Queens.
Dat was
Tasha
Squirt.
Ja, Tasha. Dankjewel. Heel gezellig, mooi, empowering.
Yes.
Ben benieuwd.
Dankjewel.
Leuk hoor. Goed dat jullie dit doen, man. Echt goed dat jullie dit doen.
I walk these streets alone on my own private journey when no one could hurt me. I heard them calling for a song, but at first I would fight it, even try to deny it. Oh, you may turn your heads to look at me when I pass you by and think you know it all, baby. But you will never see what I hide inside. It's a light so bright, yet so unkind.